why AI in many organizations, as it's being trialed and tested and put in, is failing. And what are the preemptive measures that companies can do to better align it?
Probably the number one that I've seen, the number one issue that I've seen is just it's kind of cliche, but it's just a failure to prepare. There's not a clear expectation of what we're wanting to accomplish with AI. And so without that clear expectation and understanding of what we're looking to accomplish and what that's going to look like, there's too many things that can go wrong.
I would say it's part of the innovation gap problem. Typically, when groups launch into AI, there's a cheerleading squad or somebody who has the next way to slice the bread, and that innovation group separates itself from the rest of the organization, and the gap just gets bigger and bigger rather than smaller and smaller. And that can be represented by internal politics or just the general culture of the organization that doesn't really embrace that innovation team and the concept.
Looking at the data perspective, most organizations have some type of legacy system that they're trying to migrate into the current system. And then adding AI on top of that, they're simply not ready from a data structure perspective because data is spread across different entities, different departments. HR might have one set of data, operations has multiple databases depending on what they do inside the company, and everybody has their own set of data. And when you implement AI into it, AI needs good data to be able to do something with. If your data source coming into AI is very siloed, or even from legacy systems and so on, AI can't make good decisions because it's so blindfolded into looking at one direction, and it makes some horrible decisions. So, everybody wants to jump in it. It's the great thing to do, but you have to understand garbage in, garbage out. AI needs solid data in the background. And if companies don't have that holistic data framework, it doesn't necessarily work too well.
Agreed. I would add to that the key thing that I find when we get into these conversations with organizations that all want to bring in AI as soon as possible for all sorts of reasons, they don't know why specifically. So they don't have a goal, they don't have an objective, and they don't actually have a hard, proven, worked out strategy or reason to do so in the first place, right? So the idea of bringing in AI on this broad basis, it's going to improve our efficiency, it's going to cut our costs, it's going to save our people time so they can do things that are more valuable and productive for the organization. Those are all great ideas. But the question is, where and specifically how within the organization are you going to implement those ideas? And as such, who then ends up being on the teams as related to those initiatives? And should you be doing more than one initiative in a given time? And then you can start to bring in all of these other factors that are important for the successful implementation of AI. But if you don't start with a goal and you don't start with an objective, it's pretty difficult to build KPIs around an empty room.